Coming up next on BBC Two, it's the BradWOTO stream. But first, it's time for What's in the Lunchbox?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. Time for another fantastic edition of What's in the Box? With your host, me. Ooh. Wave at me. What's in the box? Another box. A small tin of Vaseline. Wave. A lovely bunch of coconuts. Coconut. Construction workers outside the window. You have that on a Sunday morning. Handy dandy pocket Mazamune. Is it a Pokemon card packet? Or is it a Space Marine? Can they figure it out? Will they figure it out in time? Find out right now.
A thousand worlds are falling, brothers still stand strong. With armor like a mountain, I'm a force you can't deny.
What's in there?
Fire and the warmth, I'll rise into the sky. Steel in my veins, no fear in my eyes. Facing the dark as empires collide. Big man, space marine, war is the only dream I see. Out here in the endless night, I was born to win this fight. Big man, space marine, we're gone, we're shooting big dick for the ones who still believe.
You think it's
I'll never fall,
a handy pandy pocket Mazamune?
marching through the ashes, every step
What's an eraser?
victory.
A rubber.
With the weight of dying,
A rubber Johnny.
the last they'll ever see.
It was not Big Man Space Marine, I'm afraid. You tried your very best and you fucking failed, haven't you? You've gone and bloody failed. Nice music. Okay. Hello everyone. Welcome to the stream. How is everyone doing here on this fine Sunday, the beginning of a heat wave here in this country? It's very nice outside. Went outside for a little while. I'll be honest with you, I am tired. I don't know why, really. Got no excuse for it. I don't think I ate enough food yesterday. Or I have stage 4 cancer. I mean, we just don't know. But it's one of them. It's one of those two things. We'll find out together, I'm sure. I'm sure one day it will be. Watched the marathon runners. They run past your house? You're back to work after 10 days off. Oh, God, that's horrible, that feeling. Because you feel like you don't know what you're doing either. And you don't want to... There's the one thing, you get used to not having to fucking be at work. A horrific experience. They run very close to me. I'd still be in bed. You had surgery this week. I'd still be in bed. Got some hammock camping planned on Tuesday when the heatwave kicks off up here. Yeah, I think Wednesday is meant to be the pinnacle, right? Wednesday is going to be absolutely fucking horrendous. Watched Revenge of the Sith 20th anniversary in theaters and got a Vader cup. Nice, man. Yeah, I saw there was a couple of screenings where Hayden Christensen and fucking Samuel L. Jackson showed up. And we're just like, hey everyone. Can you imagine? Sam Jackson showing up at your screening of Revenge of the Sith. Banger movie though. I've enjoyed Andor. I won't say any spoilers about it, but the new season of Andor has begun. I see what they're doing. Apparently the end of this season ends right at the beginning of Rogue One as well, so what they need to do is re-release Rogue One. Like, they should release a version of Rogue One just after the finale of Andor, and then everyone would go and watch it. Because you'd be like, oh, you know what? I just watched it and I want to see the end. Because the ending of Andor is a movie that's already out. Let me watch it. I don't even like Rogue One, but I'll watch it. Attending a gender reveal party for my wife's pregnant co-worker. That would have been... I wonder where that was going. Attending my wife's gender reveal party. My pregnant wife. Oh. So it's your child's gender reveal? No. Okay. Had a clip of Hayden thanking people for coming and of course said, "This is where the fun begins." And then 1 minute into the movie he says it again. Is that the beginning of that movie? Am I crazy? That's the beginning, right? They're flying around? Yeah. That's a great movie. I hate watching it on its own though. I always force myself to sit through the other two. I don't force myself, I guess, but sometimes you don't want to watch Phantom, and sometimes you definitely don't want to watch Attack of the Clones, but... The annoying thing is with that movie is that really you have to watch the first two movies and then the entirety of the Clone Wars and then that movie, and it hits so hard. That movie bangs if you watch absolutely everything. Alas. By the way, I just ate half a bag of veggie straws and then a green bell pepper. I looked in my fridge and there was nothing in there, and I ate the bell pepper that was in there. So my brain is shutting down. I'm gonna make a potion table. Let me see if I can do this. Potion cellar. Oh, I do have a potion table. When did I make this? I made this before. I just forgot about it last week. What? But I looked for it. Well, that's fucking confusing. What is wrong with me? Was I tired last week? I think I didn't feel well, did I? Okay. Well, don't have to do that then, I guess. Guess I don't have to do that then, I guess. Dude, I've been playing Dragon Age the Veil Guard and I really like it. I don't know how far into it I am, but I really like it. Just did the bit where you fight the 2 dragons. I don't know how much is left, but it can't be that much, you know? I've been doing all the side quests though, so it really is padding it out. And I'm enjoying it. And I really, really want to play what is essentially the new Final Fantasy game. Expedition 33. Bro, I know you won't let me play it, will you, chat? What I thought I might do is play the first day of it on stream, and then I'll play the rest offline. Would you watch that? Would you allow me that? But I'm here. Or you would be here anyway, though, Chicklet. This is the problem. Those of you who deserve to be rewarded will never be, because you'd watch me just doing. You'd watch me literally just sit here doing nothing, which is what you do a lot of the time. I unfortunately have to cater to the little fucking grebs who hate me and only like the games I'm playing. I don't understand why you would ever watch this channel based on the game. You know, this game, the channel is not about the game. We watch the Nothing-a-thons, yeah. The Nothing-a-thons were the most interesting streams. Oh my god, my stomach. Oh no. Ow. What was that? It's that green pepper. That green pepper's come to get me. I'd love to sing you theorycraft stuff about it. Well, you'll never get to, will you? So you'll get a nice spoonful of Schedule 1. Slop again. That's the problem with being core audience. You get no rewards. You will one day be so very rewarded. One day the investment will be so worth it when I finally give up and transition into a JRPG channel. A cult. An actual cult. When is Last of Us? Is that tonight? Or is that out? When does that come out? This next episode is going to be shit though, isn't it? They have the excuse. When you have a really good episode, you can have an excuse to have a shit episode after. Tonight? And when does Andor come out? Wednesdays. They're dropping them in batches of 3. So there's going to be 3 a week of Andor. That's a movie. They're dropping a movie a week. It's funny how they drop 3 episodes now, isn't it? I appreciate it because they're giving us back the ability to binge a little bit. Remember when they gave us the ability to just watch an entire season of a show and then they never did that again? Money men. The binge boys. Not to be confused with the bitch boys, which is Plumrug and Orcish. Little bitch boys is what they are. Damn. Damn. But you can be a bitch boy if you want. He can't be a bitch boy. Got a wife. He's got a lawn to mow. He's got a charged pulse rifle. He's got a spider the size of Texas to deal with. What did you do with that spider, Ranch? It better be dead, I swear to God, it better be dead. If you just left that shit there. Yorkie posted a video in one of our groups the other day that was literally just her screaming and it was an enormous spider. I've never seen anything like it. If that thing appeared in my house, I wouldn't be able to live there anymore. Absolutely unacceptable. I bought some window cleaning equipment. I've got to somehow clean my windows in this apartment. And it's really hard to do because I'm up really, really high. And what's annoying is there is a platform outside of my window. But I don't know if I can stand on it. And I don't have the mental strength to risk it. So I bought like a pole. And I'm just going to... My windows are nasty, but I haven't properly opened my windows for ages because it's been winter. Opened my windows. Rank. And there's seagull shit on the bottom one over here. You can barely see it because it's behind a thing covering it, but I can't be living like that. What if I bring a hot chick back and she sees seagull shit on my window? She'll think I'm ugly. Nailed each leg to a board and let it outside for the bird. Just fucking tortured that thing. I actually believe that you probably did do something psychopathic like that because you are for sure a serial killer. I've had no proof for any other option. And you certainly are some sort of serial killer.
Only the best for Georgie.
Georgie's been dead for 4 years. Ratch has been puppeteering her. Want to see a couple of videos that I found enjoyable? You want to see a couple of videos that I found enjoyable?
What's the disease called where I'm lonely and I want someone to be here? But if someone were to be here, I would need them to leave.
I've never seen anything so accurate, and I absolutely loved the delivery, by the way. The delivery of that was so perfect. Let me hear it again.
What's the disease called where I'm lonely and I want someone to be here? But if someone were to be here, I would need them to leave immediately. I would need them out. Get the hell out of here. But like, come here. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna be happy.
I have this. I have whatever it is. Disorganized attachment. Is that what it's called? Oh my god, yeah. I've never agreed with anything more. What else did I watch this weekend?
Das sieht wieder gut aus, wie das macht. In
Germans. Hey, Germans. Oh, Germans. Oh, we forgot about the Germans. What have the Germans been watching this weekend? German passed the egg through the whole game.
Seelenruhe. Was macht Raab? Uli auch recht gut unterwegs. Rab kommt jetzt auch. Und jetzt müssen sie gucken. Jetzt mit, oh Gott, können Sie sich das jetzt leisten? Können Sie sich das leisten? Das ist jetzt die Frage. Können Sie sich das... Was macht Bulli?
Stefan, was ist?
The Techers work. The Techers work, man, putting it in his mouth. Hey, Germans, get some TV shows. Hey, Germans, make some TV shows. We know you can. We've seen Dark. Make some TV shows. What is this? What is going on in Germany? Why don't they have TV? This is hilarious. Oh my god, this is...
He's frozen. Oh my god.
Dude, this is the level of anger that you make me get to when I ask you which way to go in the game. When I ask you which way to go in the game, and then I'm like, hey, is it left or right? And someone in the chat room who the entire day has been going, you go left, you go right, up here you go left, and you go right, up here you go left, and then you go right. And then I go, hey, which way do I go next, left or right? And then they don't say anything. I laughed so much at this when I first saw it. Holy shit, that's so funny. What else have I watched this weekend? Oh, it's Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire.
Stop throwing food.
Watch it again. I know it's slightly cut off. Bro. Tobey Maguire in Spider-Man.
Stop throwing food.
Fucking impressive, dude. I've seen my sister do that, though, to be fair. She's so used to her kids being absolutely insane. Parents get like an extra sense after a couple of years of a child just launching shit across the room. My little ADHD nephew launched like a little toy brick at my sister. It just went and it went straight through the air, and I was like, oh, she's dead. She's dead. It's going through the air like a bullet. And she went and just put it down and carried on talking as if nothing was happening. And I was like, dude, that was the most impressive thing I've ever seen. She didn't even know what had happened. She was like, yeah, so like my friend Casey, he was like basically I didn't even realize. I was like, dude, what the fuck? Are you Quicksilver? What the fuck did you just do? How did you do that? Hey, Brad! What? No one gives a shit about anything you're saying or doing. We just want to play D&D. Alright. Hey, Brad, run another D&D game. Yes, dear. My favorite part of the intro is when it says based on a true story, because that's hilarious to me. That's absolutely hilarious to me. I used to think it was legally binding. Oh. We're at 4 wheel spins? That must be how many subs we've had this week. We're not at 4. Okay, we're at 0. How many resubs I had this week? Thanks so much if you resubbed. Did I have a good day this week? Or what did we do this week? I feel like this has been a... What did we do? I can't remember anything. My memory is so fucked. I used to think it was legally binding if it said based on a true story, and then I watched Fargo and I was like, this can't possibly be based on a true story. And I think it was Emma was like, you're dumb as shit. And I was 33. Tom Bacons says, I've got one. There you go. Congratulations. Durkee should have waited. Durkee Dirk, absolutely furious right now. Fuming. Fully and completely fuming. This is not the song I thought it was going to be. We'll keep it. Why not? I think this is my underwater theme. Right? This was my we're chilling underwater theme. What did we do last week? Who remembers? I remember. Thanks, Shadow. Shadow's here, everyone. Finally. He's missed the best 2 episodes of this we've ever done. He's missed the best 2 episodes of this we've ever done, I reckon. That's hilarious to me. Like, I can't believe that specifically those 2. This one's going to be shit compared. There's no way it can live up. Nayanar, thank you so much. He was literally in the last one. Missed it. God, God, he must have been fuming, dude. Watching that on the VOD, not being able to get involved, just through tears. Last time you sort of swam down into the river Styx, and you discovered an angel that had been trapped there. Your quest that you took was to find the source of the angel and then corrupt it to Tivolus's wheel. I guess the current quest is return to Tivolos. If you want. I mean, if you want to. As you released the spirit's essence, you were given the option to either corrupt the celestial presence to Tivolos, corrupt it to the other devil, claim the power for yourself, or release the angel spirit. And you chose to release the angel spirit. When you returned to the surface, you noticed that the river Styx had begun to shift and change around you. I think that's where we pick up today. Floating on this lava, fire, water, in the center of the river Styx. On either side, these walls of lava begin to lift up, and either side of you, both the downriver and upriver, begins to turn in on itself. Walls of flame lifting upwards and giving way to sort of that black, soul-thick water looming and churning. Great walls of fire. The presence on the boat, the ferryman says,
"The current will not move again until you face the river's demands. Give what is forgotten
The river demands a fragment of your truth. Flames dropping down. Snotflap says,
What the fuck? Hey, Larry, let's just get out of here. We don't need to be on the river. We can just get on the shore and run.
Leary looks to Snotflap, looks back to the ferryman. What does Leary do? Stay on the boat. Solve the river's puzzle. Exit the boat. Carry on foot. The choice is yours. The choice is yours. Of course, remember, you can always spin the wheel. Every 10 subs on a Sunday, we spin the wheel. And random things will happen, including varying hell-based things. Since you are currently in hell.
Welcome to hell, motherfucker!
Right, stay on the boat. Leary says, we're going to need the ferryman, Snotflap, if we're ever to escape this place, I think. Snotflap says,
Oh, shit. Well, hurry up. I don't want to get burned.
Bits of flame spark landing on Leary, and while there's no pain due to Leary's immunity to fire damage currently, each time one lands on Leary, there are these quiet flashes and shapes, faces from Leary's past. The sensation of traveling up through that river, having not quite left Leary yet. Let's have an insight check to start the day off, I think. An insight check from Leary. And that is +1. Oh, you know what I haven't done, guys? Never mind, hold on. The dice roller is not running. Okay, try now. Exclamation point, roll d20. I'll put those commands in the title as well. Okay. What do we get? An 11. An 11 is a fail. The river lashes out. Parts of Leary's mind begin to fray as you chase these memories. You will take 2d6. Wow. 2d6. Psychic damage here. as parts of your mind burn away under the strain of trying to figure out what the river is trying to tell you. A small whirlpool begins to form around this boat, ghostly hands reaching out. Snotflap says,
Oh shit! What the fuck is that?
the boat begins to shift and change. The ferryman holds still, but sort of shoots a skull-based look towards Lyri. First, make me a strength saving throw to not be pulled in. You have a +2 to this. Trying to hold steady against the pole here. We'll take the second roll. Actually, we can probably take the first roll. We'll take the first roll. There's a 17. +2, a 19. Holding steady as the boat rocks to and fro. Lyri is sort of able to anchor the boat's momentum to a degree, and Snotflap kind of ports around a few times.
Ah, fuck this.
Before the hands kind of settle. They're still there, they're still scratching at the side of the boat, but they're not pulling at it as much, Lyri having taken some form of command over it. The boat begins to drift forward, sort of ever so slightly. Within the river, Lyri looks down and sees multiple reflections of themselves. Some of the hands are twisted mimicries. Make me a wisdom saving throw now. This you have a +1 against. We'll take the second roll this time. You'll be pleased to know. Rolling a 6 from Max. Hey Max, don't play the lottery today. Hey Max. Don't play the lottery today. A fail. Time you take 2d6 necrotic damage, but you are resistant to it, so you only take 1 damage here. The versions of Lyri that are reaching out from the river confuse Lyri. For a moment, there is a motorbike riding up and down the road outside. For a moment, there is a sense of understanding, and then it is gone. The essence of death. You may now make a choice with all of these fails. I will not tell you what that choice really is. Do you offer the river? Well, what do you offer the river? You can offer it memory, vitality, promise, nothing. We would like to offer the river a memory. Okay. What memory do you offer? Yes, only the most hardcore of you will be able to do this. What are some of the best moments of the campaign? We've been doing this for a while, by the way. This is like episode 30 or something like that. Dragon Turtle memory. Letting the tavern burn down. The main quest. Defeating 2 bosses on the ocean floor. Helping Santa Gary deliver gifts. Who Snotflap is memory? Spelled like that. Alright, which memory do you offer the river? You would like to give up the memory of the main quest. Okay. So your current main quest is Escape Hell, which is erased. So you consigned yourself to staying in hell forever. Okay. What was the plan there? Why did you choose that? Brad twisting it? What do you mean? I don't even know what it meant when you said we forget the main quest. I'm not twisting it. That's been the quest for ages. The dwarf one? That's not the main quest. What the hell is the dwarf one? Oh, that... My god. No, your main quest for a long time has been Escape Hell, which you've now forgotten that you wanted to do. Congratulations. The river begins to... suck itself back in. After a moment, the river begins to flow again. The ferryman says,
To which shores?
where would you like to go? Options, of course, being back to Titivolus's prison. And west. What else? Anywhere else you want to go while you're in hell? Obligatory birthday tax. Happy birthday, April. How old are you? Too old to be watching fucking streamers. I should have job by now. That's right, you should, April. You should, indeed. Alright, where do you want to go? Towards the other devil's house. Down, 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 down the river. The information desk. Older than the month. Alright. That means you're 56. Alright, well these are your options. These are your options. Hi, Bew. How do you do, my friend? Thank you so much for the 5 gift subs. Thank you, Debiru, for the 63-month resubscription. You've earned yourselves a delicious wheel spin. The first of the day. I guess everyone's done playing D&D. Would you like to be fully dead? I should offer you the chance to be fully dead, shouldn't I? I guess everyone's bored of this now. We don't want to do it anymore. Do I have to come up with another thing to do on Sundays? Did we ever had a main quest? You've got so many main quests. Okay, back to Titivolus's prison is the plan. First, we're going to spin the wheel. What do we get? Please don't be trapped again. An item scroll. An item scroll. Okay, let's have a look. Now, you switched your scroll last week for Shatter, right? Let me pull up the scroll generator here. Conjure Volley. I have no idea what that is. Conjure Volley. This is Conjure Volley. Thanks, Shadow, for the 5 gift subs. Thanks, Anonymous, for the 5 gift subs. Appreciate you. 5th level Conjuration, so you'd have 5 shots of this. 1 action, 150 feet. You fire a piece of non-magical ammunition from a ranged weapon, or throw a non-magical weapon into the air and choose a point within range. Hundreds of duplicates of the ammunition or weapon fall in a volley from above and then disappear. Each creature in a 40-foot radius, 20-foot high cylinder centered on that point must make a dexterity saving throw. A creature takes 8d8 damage on a failed save, or half as much on a successful one. It's unlimited blade works. That's hilarious. They made unlimited blade works. Okay, now you also have... What you currently have is Shatter. It's a similar spell. Second level, so you've got 8 of these. A 10-foot radius sphere centered on a point. Every creature makes a con saving throw. A creature takes 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one. A creature made of inorganic material such as stone has disadvantage on the saving throw. A non-magical object also takes the damage of his spells area. Okay. These are your options. Scroll. You can only have one of these. Keep, Shatter, take, Conjure, Volley. Which spell scroll do you want? Good options either way, to be honest with you. Shatter and Conjure Volley are both good scrolls. Nice spin. Nice spin. Who was that one? Bew and the boys, because it was a bunch of different people. Bew and the boys. Nice spin, Bew and the boys. You're going to take Conjure Volley, of course you are. Unlimited Blade works. Now, I'm going to have to go on YouTube and find the scene where he casts Unlimited Blade works. And we're going to have to... And we'll play it the same way that we play Diablos. I don't think I can be bothered. You want me to do that? I'll do it for money. Durkee, thank you for the 3 gift subs. Nayana, thank you for the 2. Alright, we're taking Unlimited Blade works. Let's figure out how to do that.
Leery spells. Leery's spells. Delete spells. Leery's spells. Where is minor spells for Leery?
Conjure Volley, please be in here. It's not. Conjure Barrage? No, that's 3rd level. What level was it? 5th level. Oh, there it is. I'm done. Conjure Volley. Nice. That's a fucking cool spell, by the way. I didn't know that spell existed. Is that new? Okay, you have 5 of those. You can use 5 is reasonable for a cutscene. Let's spin the wheel, see what happens. Teleport. The boat begins to make its way back up river towards the prison. Let's think about this. Let's put 4 locations on a teleport right now. Let's put 4 locations on a teleport. The prison being number 1. The Devil King's throne room. The material plane. Absolutely fucking random place in hell. Roll me a d20. 1 to 5 is prison. 6 to 10? Is that correct? How do we do this? 1 to 5, 6 to 10, 11 to 15, 16 to 20. We'll take the first number rolled. Exclamation point RDOL20 from Chicklet there. An 8. That's the King Devil's throne room, isn't it? There's a sudden warping. The ferryman turns. Leary says, Snotflap, take my hand. Snotflap says,
Hell no, I'm not gonna do it.
and takes Leary's hand. And then you are summoned to Father's room. And now I have to make up the entirety. Oh, well, I don't actually, but I do want some inspiration. Let me quickly go to... What is the lowest level of hell? Is it... Nessus? Yes. Nessus is where you're going. The deepest layer of hell. A featureless plane with jagged edges. Floating in an endless red void. Is this Dustvale? Fuck, Dustvale was Nessus? Oh my god, it was. This is where you're bloody going. I think as the spell wind blows, it is corrupted by an unfathomable power. And you appear in a vast throne room. immediately your senses are overwhelmed by simply what dwells here. It is almost as if gravity itself is heavier, like stone pressing against your body and ribs. Even Snotflap stumbles and for the first time seems to be wordless. There is a sort of endless plain of cracked landscape under this red void of a sky. There are these jagged spires of black iron twisting up and out of the ground in the immediate area that you are. You find yourself in this huge obsidian hall somewhere amidst this smoking plain with rivers of molten gold running down parts of this enormous hall. At the far end of this completely empty, desolate hallway, sitting almost like a mirage, having that kind of heat, a twist of heat to your vision, is a throne. An enormous and colossal structure of bones fused with shadow. There is a sort of a halo at the top of this thing of red fire that is not flickering, not fading. And upon it lounges the Devil King. The absolutely enormous throne seats a single tiny red imp. Just absurdly small on this throne. Around him there are lesser devils, each of them much larger than he is. Kneeling in utter silence, they daren't even to breathe in his presence. What does Leary do? The choices are kneel, send Snotflap to speak to the Imp King, piss self, run away, kneel, and prompt Snotflap to do the same. Okay, those are your options. What would you like to do? kneel and prompt Snotflap to do the same. The stifling presence of what is clearly the king of all 9 hells immediately forces Lyri to their knees. Lyri says, Snotflap, knees now. Make me a persuasion check to see if you can get Snotflap to do this. You have a +3 to put your persuasion check. First or second roll? We'll take the second roll. A 19. Snotflap says,
Shit. Okay.
kneeling down before the Imp King. The small frame of the imp stretches and says,
Well. What do we have here then? This is immortal. Its soul still remains. How have you come to be here in my throne room then? Rise, mortal. Step closer so I may take a sniff.
do you step closer to the king? Lyri steps up, struggling to walk in this place, moving forward. She bades Snotflap to simply remain. Getting closer and closer. There's no way you can get close enough to this throne. It is enormous. The seat of the throne is 20 feet up. And the closer you get to it, you lose sight of the king, who scurries, little claws on the edge of this obsidian throne and bone throne, rushing over to the edge of it and...
Yes. Something different about this one. How is it that you have come to be here, little mortal?
How is it that you have come to be here, little mortal? What do you say? Short version or long version? Spellwind, you know. Pour heart out from the very start of the campaign. Liam's fault. We worked on a problem with the Styx and now we're here. Beach episode gone wrong. Was just going to get milk and then I'm here. Titivolus sends his regards, then stab it. That's D&D, baby. That's how you play D&D, motherfucker. We worked on a problem with the Styx and now we're here, says Lyri. The Imp King says,
Ah, yes. There was a problem. Far above us. Of course. You work on behalf of Titivolus, isn't it?
do you say yes or no? Do you say yes or no? Yes. The Imp King looks at you. Tiny yellow eyes peering into what feels like your very soul. There's a sense of... It would feel like little bugs, millipedes, running over your skin. Even when you look down, there isn't anything. The Imp King says,
Do you know who I am, little mortal? I am the King of Hells. I am the Imp King, the Devil King. My name is Cran, and I have ruled here for so long. Why do you come to me, I wonder? Brought along on the wings of spells, far from the river Styx. The smell of a celestial upon you. And not just the blood. Yes. You have freed an angel from its binds on behalf of the devils. Yet, you were given a different task, were you not? To bend the angel's power to Titivolus. And you have betrayed him. Why? Why have you betrayed he who works for Cran?
why have you betrayed Titivolus? What do you say? He wanted to overthrow you. I am a bit of that chaotic good. Because it was the right thing to do. I don't belong here. Our relationship is complicated. I felt like it. The flow of the river is too important to be controlled. I'm doing you a favor. There's your options. What do you say to King Cran? Cran has canonically been the king of hell for a really long time. Maybe since Dustvale? Been a while. Facebook relationship status. Less complicated. The flow of the river is too important to be controlled, Lyri says to Cran.
Indeed. Indeed. Many use the river. Such control is control that which you seek, little mortal. For you will not survive long, little lost soul. This place is not built for one such as yourself. Why? I suspect you will lose your sparkle, and your soul will be granted freedom at last, soon enough. I sense you are purposeless, lost. Once perhaps you knew your way, but you have given more to the river than you realize. Perhaps you would be interested in working for me instead, but know this. A contract made with the Devil King Cran will come at the price of your life.
Work for Devil King Cran at the cost of your life. Yes. No. No. Lyri denies.
You will deny the Devil King in my very presence. How dare you? You will lose your life either way. This is a second chance. You do not belong here, that is true. Your life will be cut short. It depends how. I can rip the skin from your bones right now. Or you could work for Devil King Cran. He's a wonderful offer.
Work for Devil King Cran at the cost of your life, yes or no? Money will save you. No, says Lyri, as the wheel spins. You get a 10% boost to Diablos. That's permanent. Right? That's how that works. So on a failed save, the current hit points are reduced by 45%, rounded down. On a successful save, 26 instead. Why 26? Oh, because that's what's half of 45. $22. Diablos now does, currently in hell, 55%. It'll reduce a creature's HP by 55%. Devil King Cran says,
No! It says, this mortal, with its fragile skin, with its fragile bones, its fragile tongue and eyes, denies the Devil King. Brazen and bold you are, little mortal. I like you. You see, it takes great courage to deny me. What do you wish for, then, little mortal? If it is not to work for the Devil King himself.
what do you wish for, little mortal? What do you say back? You go home to my mom. Your hand in marriage. Find the purpose we lost to the river. Wish for our existing contract to be null and void. Material plane travel. Send us back to Lancelot. A ham and cheese sandwich. There's your options. What happened to Snotflap? Snotflap's here, he's just behind you. Snotflap is true dead. That's the thing. You don't belong here, remember? Snotflap belongs in hell. What do you wish for, little mortal? Through the haze and fog, you recall a companion left behind. Black hair and shining, gleaming armor. Lyri says, I wish to be sent back to my companion Lancelot.
Lancelot.
The Devil King closes his eyes. There's a turbulent sense of a wave of power that passes through the halls.
Yes. I see the one you wish to return to. Lost. Somewhere he does not belong. Perhaps this is your connection. Very well. Devil King Cran can grant you this wish very easily. I will even let you take your friend here, the blue one, who rightfully belongs to Devil King Cran.
Snopflap growls a little bit.
Yes. Truly a work of evil, this one.
The Devil King fixes you with another look.
Nothing for free, however. I would have you complete a simple quest for me. Upon completion of the quest, you will be granted your simple wish. What do you think? A quick job for Devil King Cran in exchange for eternal freedom until we meet again.
Agree to the quest. Discuss terms. Yes, no, discuss terms. I'd like to discuss the terms.
Ah, how very droll. A boring individual you are. Very well. The terms are thusly. You will be granted a return to the material plane. You may bring the wretched one. However, when you die, your soul returns here to Nessus with me, and you shall work for me evermore. Live your mortal life as long as you wish. I will not impede. But upon death, you become mine. These are the terms. Take them, or have your skin removed. The choice is yours, little mortal.
Agree to the quest. No, says Lyri.
Very well. So be it. Let us remove this one's skin, shall we?
Make me a Constitution saving throw, please, chat. We'll take the second roll. You have a +4 to this roll. The number to beat is 20. Oh, 19 from Horace, but we're taking the second roll. You have a wheel spin? No, you don't. A 4. You see Cran, this very small, tiny little imp, no larger than a chihuahua, smirk, the yellow eyes glowing, as he looks left at the rows of devils that are kneeling. None of them have moved a millimeter this entire time. And with a flick of his little 3-clawed hand, there is a hex that comes down. There's no sharp pain at first, just a cold sensation, like as if your nerves were suddenly naked to the air. Then, your blood turns to fire. The sensation magnifies. The very lightest breeze of air feels like knives scraping across the raw flesh of your body. As Lyri is unwritten, the very being of Lyri being unraveled, Lyri's body kind of spasming. There is a pain, an agony that is worse than physical. It's almost as if the flesh is being torn from the soul. And in the sort of lost echo of Lyri's scream, you hear Cran laugh. You hear the sound of snot flap, port, and screech. We fade to black. But spin? Spin on what? You're dead. 3 chances. 3 chances. Let's see if I've got... You know what? I do have the perfect music. I don't know if I can use it. Here's what I'll use for now. Lyri, awakens. To the weight of nothing. The ground beneath your naked body is soft and unyielding. It's like standing on the surface of a calm lake made by will alone. And above Lyri there is an endless sky that ripples as if somebody is throwing small stones and pebbles into an enormous blue lake above you. The ripples shift in colour, deep hues of gold and silver. The air itself sort of glows with a gentle light. There's a scent of wild blossoms. There's a sensation of a calming breeze that it carries no heat or cold. And in the distance you can hear singing, rising naturally, almost calling to Lyri. And before you are a set of vast marble steps that lead upwards into nothing. They just fade away in the distance. Atop them stand several figures. They're impossible to make out. They're clad in just light. And you have a great sense of calm. And there is a sensation that nothing here wants to harm you, simply welcome you. A voice speaks out to you and says,
Welcome to heaven, Lyri. Join us. Your work in the mortal realm is complete. You have freed one of our warriors, an angel. This act alone grants you a place alongside us. Join us as the angel you were born of.
join the angels. Yes. Lyri begins to slowly make their way up the steps. With each step, the marble kind of gives way to a fleeting sense of weightlessness that shifts and changes underfoot. There is a sort of distant sound like a cackling. There is a final check that I would like you to make. A wisdom saving throw, please. Give a +1 to this. We'll take the second roll. The number to be is 20. And 11. And 11. Okay, a failure. This now falls entirely to wheel spins. How many do you have? 2? 1. Let's see if anything comes of this. A teleport. Alright, I'm going to give you some things here. The prison. The material plane. True heaven. Absolutely random. Roll me a d20, chat. Take the second roll. A 7 is the material plane. Wow. There is a sudden sensation. We get a glimpse of a pit demon holding up an unconscious snotflap, blood dripping from his nose and mouth, his warp dagger falling and clattering to the ground. And the pit demon holds Snotflap up, hanging unconscious by the scruff of his neck to Cran in front of this enormous throne. Cran is turning his little clawed hand lazily around in the air. There are strings of a deep black and golden magic that are running from his claws down and around Lyri's head in a strange sort of crown tiara pattern around their forehead. Lyri's eyes are entirely white, and Cran says,
Yes. This one put up a good fight for something so small, wouldn't you say?
The demon creature says,
Yes. Very well. You may keep it as a pet.
and then they teleport. Both Snotflap and Lyri vanish from the throne room. Cran's eyes open wide
What? Impossible. Where could they have gone? Interesting. Yes. Boagrius.
He points to the pit fiend.
Find them. Bring them back to me. No matter what it takes, Boagrius. No matter what it takes.
Where on the material plane do you fucking return to? I guess is the next question. Okay. You can return to where you teleported from, where you were born, where Lancelot is, the Burn Tavern. Roll me a d20. Take the second roll. Which one's the second roll? The 12? That is Lancelot, right? No, you're right. 12 was the second roll. Okay. No, it is Lancelot, isn't it? It's Lancelot. Okay. Where is Lancelot? Is the good question here. After the beach. What would Lancelot do? He would seek a magic user. That's true. He would seek a magic user. And the only magic user he knows is the hag. So I think, yeah, you return to the witch's hut. Right? Which was down here somewhere, right? Or was it up here? No, it was up here. Where was the witch's hut? It's near the stone circle. I thought so too. I have to open up the old game. Because I don't have it in this, right? We ported everything over when we went to hell. The last thing that happened in our Roll20 game. It's near the wildflowers is where it is. It's even further north, isn't it? It's like up here somewhere. Berlindra. There is a strange sensation, I think, as Lyri's mind is returned. Snotflap, 0 HP, stable. And Lyri appear in the witch's hut. On the beach. Is this beach sounds? On the material plane. Lancelot is pacing up and down. The witch says,
You may get what you want, after all.
and suddenly Lyri appears, falling immediately to their knees, completely confused as to what is going on. The unconscious corpse of Snotflap hits the ground and rolls over, and Lancelot says, By the gods, you were right. How it must feel to be a magic user. And rushes over to Lyri's side. Are you okay? I didn't know where you went. And this, is that? It can't be. I buried Snotflap. Lyri looks up and says, Am I truly here, or is this another trick? Do you explain to Lancelot what happened? Yes or no in the chat. Yes, no. Yes, 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 yes. Hell is just a different VTT, yeah. It is for now. We're going to have to rebuild everything. There is a sort of dialogue-less scene here as Lyri is helped to the small table that Alindra has. Alindra summons up a cup of tea, places it in front of Lyri. Lancelot lifts Snotflap into a bed nearby, and Alindra begins to weave some healing magic as Lyri begins to discuss everything that has happened so far. And frankly, I am not prepared to run anything in the material plane, so that's where we're ending today's session. But I will spin the wheel to see what happens first thing next time, because we've got to rebuild this in the fucking forge. What is that? An encounter. Lancelot says, That's a very interesting story, but there's a giant seagull outside. Not really. There will be an encounter. The Pit Fiend. No. Something's coming for you. The Pit Fiend jumps into a... The Pit Fiend jumps into a teleportation hole and travels to the material plane. A Pit Fiend, by the way, is one of the hardest things to kill in the entire game. Wow. Alright. Well, you are back on the material plane. We need to... So I need to find this and add it to God, I need to write some stuff down. What do we got to do here? So what have I got to rebuild? We got to rebuild. We got to add the map. We got to add Lancelot. We could maybe make Lancelot now. Really. What is he? A knight. I think they're too strong though. He's a CR3. What was he in this version of the game? High AC, high HP. Right, he's a tank, isn't he? A street tough. I just want to find something close and then I can mess with it. A noble. A god. I think I just made Snubflat from scratch actually. I can probably just do that. Lancelot. Now Lancelot has 30 HP. A speed of 30 feet. He has skills in perception only. His strength is 14. Dex is 10. Con is 12. Wisdom 8. Charisma 8. And then he has a sword, so we're gonna have to change him up for this, I think. So let me give him, what is it? Oh yeah, he has a shield. Oh yeah, we gotta give him oh, that's his initiative. This is AC. Can I give him armor like normal way? God damn it. Yes, plate armor. And he has a... Let's give him a fucking great sword. Plate armor and a great sword. And how does smites work? Can I just give him a smite spell? Yeah, boy. Okay, he has divine smite. Oh, and he has compelled duel. As well, that's his scroll. Now the great sword is called Arendite. I think we're good. Done. I didn't do that for Snot Flap, did I? Didn't do it for Lyra either. Okay, well there we go. All right, I guess I'll find some time to rebuild the original material plane stuff. I'm going to give you the XP for partial completion of the quest. With the angel. So we'll say that was 200. Would have been 500, right? And if you'd gone back, you were going to have to fight Tativolus anyway. I think I had a prison. Because you failed his quest. Cran was always king of hell. Cran has been the king of hell for so long. Because it's supposed to be Asmodeus, right? Or whatever. And Cran became the king of hell. I can't even remember why. But in my Lacrin lore, he became the fucking king of hell. So, you know, this is a weird, wobbly, fun thing. But in Cran becomes the king of hell or whatever, I think. I don't remember my own lore. It's been so long since I had to worry about any of that. I think they only had to worry about it once in maybe Darkfire or whatever, when one of them visits one of the things. Yeah, I mean, I guess we're done here for this week, because I don't, it's pretty hard for me to build this on stream because I can't show you it because I share a server with SideQuest. So if I try and upload things, you'll see all the other stuff I've uploaded for SideQuest, and I don't want to spoil that. I know that no one really would care, but some of you will be in there like print screening it. You know, those people will be in there like picking it apart and uploading it, and I don't want to risk that. You know what I mean? I wish I had Dragon Age installed on this computer, I would play it. What I could do, you know what we could do? Hold on. Let me see if PB is free. We could do something a little something here. We could do something a little something here. Since it's just core audience today. You know, core audience never get anything. Maybe core audience should get something. Maybe core audience should get something. She's not responding. She doesn't reply to me anymore. Absolutely bitterly hates me. I'll give her 5 minutes. If she doesn't reply, I will immediately pull the plug and end the stream. Dude, this has been a fun story though. I've enjoyed running this. The overall story of Lyri's adventure has been fucking crazy. Like, legitimately, I feel like we could write it all down into a PDF and hand it out, and people would be able to run it as an adventure. Like, here is the main quest. Here is all of this side quest stuff around it that you can do at your leisure whenever you want. And here is this insane moment that happens where you get transported to hell if you die. If you TPK, just like a secret thing in there for the DMs running it. If your party TPKs, it isn't the end, but they don't tell them this. They go to a hell module begins, and they can claw their way back with this, and this. You know, and they have to, you know, there's an angel and they do this quest for this guy. Probably have to rename some of the characters, but are you in here, Whack? Whack Steven? Doesn't matter. Can't talk to him anyway. I have to write it. What if someone actually wanted to do the main quest? There'd be nothing there. Well, we would write that. That would be there. You have chosen not to do it. You are playing the game the wrong way around. I'd buy that module so quickly. I wish I knew someone who, like a copyright almost, who I could just be like, here is all of my crazy thoughts and like bullshit notes, and here is a reference set of streams. Turn that into a sellable PDF. Check it for copyright. Can you do that and it not cost me an astonishing amount of money? It's really hard. There's a couple of really good websites that are amazing at just create a fucking PDF kinda, but it's still it's man hours. It's always man hours. It isn't skill. Like, I have the ability to do it, but it's just the man hours of like basically like creating like an InDesign document or whatever, that kind of thing. And formatting it and checking it, and you know, there's also once it's like one thing to be like, oh, this is my D&D campaign, and another thing to be like, this is my D&D campaign placed on into a document that is legible and readable and understandable by a completely third party who would be able to just pick it up and understand how to run it. You know, it's a whole different ball game. Publishing and stuff. It's very, very different, and it feels like one of those things that's very easy to translate. And maybe you could do it, but not to the quality that I would ever want to do it to. But to do it at a level of quality and understanding that I would want, it's hard. It's hard. Wasn't originally the main quest overthrowing some silver hoarding demons that had infiltrated the human government? Yeah, no, it is. That is the main quest. It's a quest of the dwarven city has been overtaken by the fucking sheriff of Nottingham. Useful for if all the characters die. I just think it's a really interesting thing that you do. It reminds me of that game Risk Legacy. In Risk Legacy, it's just a normal game of Risk, but randomly things will happen that are secret to even you. You'll just like do something where it's like, oh, if you set off 5 nukes, check underneath the box, and you pull out the stuff from the box, and there's a secret package in there, and you open it, and it has all this stuff that changes the game. So you think the game is over, but it actually evolves the game. To have a little secret section of a module, and I know it's, now that I've said this online, someone's going to steal it, but dude, to have a section of a module that's like, psst, by the way, DMs, if you're running this and they die to something in TPK, there's actually this, skip to page 342. And on 342, it's like, so the party have died. They wake up in hell and they have to make their way back, or true death. Be brutal, make it harsh, they have died, they need consequences. It needs to be genuinely almost unsurvivably difficult, but they have a second chance to make their way back to the material plane. Here is the adventure, here is the potential, run this, you know. Alright. Fuck it. We ballin', motherfucker. Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. I love legacy games as well. Yeah, I think they're super interesting. Did you gently nudge Liam into killing us for this arc, or did you have to react? No, I didn't tell him to do anything. Exactly what happened is exactly what happened. That was it. There was no, I didn't prep him or anything. You saw the entire thing. It was live, and that was the end of it. I just thought it would be fun if I was being a very orthodox DM and Liam was being the wibbly wobbly DM. Because I'm very rarely the orthodox DM that's like, well, technically you're in front of a dragon turtle and you take 14 d8 damage because that's what it does to you and you are dead now. I'm not normally that guy. You're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. Hi, Zaid. But yeah, man, like a legacy D&D module would be fun, wouldn't it? Or like even just having things like that. This one day, boys, one day when I have enough money to be able to employ people to actually help us at Table Story make this stuff. Hey, support Table Story, don't support me. The more you support Table Story, the higher chance it is that we can actually break into publishing and start making cool stuff like, you know, The Adventure of Lyri. But it would be called something else because Lyri wouldn't be in it. Lyri would be the player character. It would be nice. It would be nice. I don't know what to do now. I had a good plan, but PB said no, so blame PB. Hashtag blame PB. I do have a secret. Tune in at some point this week for something slightly interesting with Pumpkinberry that may or may not be happening. Thank you, Femore, Elandria, Lux, Anonymous, Shadow, Nyanar, Dirk, Bew, Debiru, April, Tom Bacons, and Jay the Way, who came in secretly before the stream like he does. For spinning the wheel a few times, I appreciate it. And I guess we'll have to rebuild the entire fucking thing from scratch in Foundry next week. So we'll see how it goes. I do need to get some admin done for this, but it's quite hard to squeeze in my week. I guess I could play less Dragon Age. Boo. Tune into Table Story today if you want to watch more D&D stuff. We have Deathless, which is kind of a VTM game, on Sundays. Side Quest, which is my legit D&D game. That is almost exactly the same as this because it's procedurally fucking generated as well. On Tuesdays. Thursdays we have Main Character, which is an isekai kind of anime style thing, which is very good. Fridays we have Don't Die, which is a roguelike. And I'll see you next week. We'll do some more whatever this is, Twitch plays. Mondays at the moment we're playing Schedule 1. Tuesdays we're doing Spider-Man. Wednesdays we're doing Zelda. Thursday we've got Oblivion. And Friday we're watching random shit. So I'll see you for that in the week. There's a heat wave in the UK this week that I don't know if I'm like psychologically prepared to handle, so we'll see how that goes. Okay. I think Tuesday and Wednesday are going to be pretty brutal. So that's going to be fun. It's always fun being a streamer during a heat wave because you have to have a computer on with 15 screens, and there is no quicker way to superheat an area of a tiny little apartment on the top floor, which is already being superheated by everyone below, than having loads of screens on. It's always the best feeling. Sitting here and being like, as your fucking tongue and eyes swell up in your skull. Everyone's like, be funny, say something funny and interesting, and you're like, yeah, all right. Everyone, have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Don't forget to tune in to Deathless tonight if you want to watch that. And I think I'm gonna go and make a bunch of chicken. How do you feel about that, Chad? I'm gonna go and make a bunch of chicken for myself. I'm gonna go and make an absolute shit ton of Cajun chicken. I'm making Cajun chicken today. It's all I've got. I've got no other food. I literally think I only have Cajun chicken. I think I just have to make a batch of Cajun chicken and fries. Fuck it. That's what we boiling, dude. We're fucking boiling. I'm gonna go and make a bunch of Cajun chicken. Chicken doesn't come in bunches. Take some painkillers and sit down, Tom Bacons. I'll see the rest of you tomorrow. Thank you again, everyone, for watching the stream. I hope you enjoyed it. It was very fun. And I know it's a little shorter than usual. And we'll do some more next week. Appreciate everyone coming out and supporting the channel and spinning the wheel. See you later. Bye. 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 Bye.